Hey tubers, got some stuff going on today. I am doing a little thing on the town car today. We're going to put new U-joints in the drive shaft. These are supposed to fit the front and rear. Got them vehicle specific, so a better fit. I've been having some issues with getting the wrong parts lately. So hopefully these will work, and they're greasable, so it should last a long time. The ones in the car now, I think are giving me a little bit of a vibration, especially around 90 miles an hour. Doesn't matter what set of wheels you have on it either. So this is a new toy that I bought for the garage here. You know, it's a small garage. This is a bit overkill, but I wanted something that could basically flash heat the garage, or at least keep some warmth on us when we're right at the end here working on something. Keep us from getting too cold, because we just still have things that we work on. I have other people's vehicles that I work on that they bring over here. You know, not just my own stuff that I have, things that I like to do, but you know, other people's vehicles as well. And so you know, have a little bit of warmth in our one car garage here. So that thing's pretty cool. This it kind of surprised me actually. The reviews were they weren't really too positive about this thing. They said that they had problems, you know, keeping up. You know, like mostly thermostat related. Like it would get warm too quick, and then it wouldn't actually heat the room. It would just turn off. But so far in my case, I have not had a problem with it. It just pretty much stays on, which is fine with me, and I'll turn it off when I don't need it. Especially if I'm going to start videoing, because it is pretty loud. So yeah, it's got a short little dingle end here, some adjustment points here. There's, you know, your thermostat here, which right now I have it all the way down. I started with all the way that way, and then I just work it until it fires up and then leave it at that. And it uses kerosene or diesel. I've been running diesel because I don't know, it seemed cheaper. I'm trying to find kerosene around here, and it seemed like it was kind of difficult and expensive, so I just put diesel in. It's just easier to get it. I got one of them new cans where it has like the 18th revision on the safety thing, and it works okay. But honestly, I just took this off, grabbed my long funnel, put that in the fill, which is right here, and yeah, away we go. Let's see. I've ran this for, leaking out of the cap here. Oh, yeah. It's just because I sloshed it around. I have to wipe that off. But I've ran it for about 2 hours, and we're kind of floating around that 3/4 mark. Empty is all the way that way. You can just barely see the E right here and the fall there. But yeah, this thing, pretty sweet. I like it. And it seems to be working pretty good. So we need to go underneath the car and get the drive shaft out. Alright, so here's the car we're working with. Got my winter tires on. It's a little rougher on the gas, but it's not too bad. It still gets about 20, doing 70. So anyways, this car has air suspension. And what we're going to do is we're going to start it up and we're going to let it pump up. And then I'm going to show you how to turn the air suspension off, because if you lift the car up, what will happen is it will try and air down. Yeah. So that's the mileage I got on the car so far. An alternator that's got some stuff going on, which I think is a bad ground somewhere, but whatever, that's a whole different story. Okay, so it's fully pumped up. Now that we've done that, we're going to come over here and flip the air suspension off. So, you know, your airbags look like this. I have a spare one in here for emergencies. I'll just close the trunk for now. You're gonna get an error message on the dash. You know, check air suspension. So don't worry about that. So with that disabled, We can also, we'll leave the park brake off. We're gonna block one of the wheels. There's a possibility we may have to rotate the axle to get a different position on the bolts, but we'll leave that undone. I've got a wheel block like this. I don't have a fancy garage to do this stuff in. Of course, I chose the worst day to do this. Now we're gonna jack the car up. At least get so you can get under here. Just jack it up by the frame. Should be good. Okay, got a catch pan here because we are probably gonna leak some tranny fluid. So this is what we're looking like. I think that's a 12 millimeter, and I think I have a socket just for it. So let's see. Ooh, look at that. That fits great. Let's see if we can break that free with a long ratchet. I haven't even sprayed it yet. Well, so I've already got 2 bolts broke free. They're T-bag. Let's see, can I get to the really top one and break it free? Oh yeah. I get right up against the drive shaft before I even start. Oh, there we go. My pant legs are soaking wet. Can I hit it with the torch and shock it? Okay, so I've got a pan under the transmission here. because I'm thinking we're gonna lose some fluid. So definitely buy some more penny fluid before you do this job. Luckily I have some exhaust here. Looks like this drive shaft's rubbed up against the body a time or two. Oh, good, we're not losing any fluid. You're like, is it low? No, I just checked it, it was full. We'll just roll it out that way. Yeah. Oh. The rubber is kind of cracking, but it's not, this ring doesn't move at all. It's a balancing ring, you know, to limit vibrations and stuff. That end feels pretty good. There's no play in it. Go to this end. Feels a little tighter. Not crunchy. I don't know where that damn vibration's coming from. I got up to about 90 one day and going to Idaho, and it was a little shaky, and I had my factory set of wheels on. Let's just take a clip out, shall we? Sit somewhere. Just stay. Okay. Sorry. Jimmy's getting angry. I wonder if these have ever been replaced. I kind of doubt it. Because usually these have grease zerks and stuff. They look like they're original. What I need. I need to hit it again. So, how should we start this? I haven't done U-joints in forever. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Worst case scenario. I drive the truck. Oh, this will keep it from rolling off. Well, you know, let's get a not chrome socket. It's going. Let's get it right here on the edge. We need some channel locks, or vice grips. Yeah, she's coming. And now we actually need to hammer this back the other way. What we're doing? Hate U joints. Knock it back the other way. Get your thing lined up and then there she comes. So how do our ends look? They're getting fairly worn on one side. God damn it. Yeah. I think it'd be cool is to get a 1-inch sheet of steel and put it right here. You know, I could do that. I'll go to a shop and have them cut out like a 6x6 of like 1-inch steel and just put it right here, and then that way we have a nice solid thing there. This actually really didn't. If it got right here, and that's solid, I didn't really mess with the wood. And I don't care if it messes this up. This top is going to be worked on. Okay, so we got that end done. We need to, let's just lube this thing up. Shall we? Let's do this first. I'll get it broken free. That's working. Oh, look at that. It's coming right out. I should be able to do something like that. If not, I'll just get it straight and then send her home. That WD-40 makes a difference though. And out that bearing cap goes. There we go. Oh yeah. Original U-joint. Ford. The good thing about this is if this U-joint doesn't fit, I could put that back together. But I'm pretty positive we got the right U-joint. It's not a combination joint or anything like that. Okay, now I'll put some gloves on. I need to make sure that I put my grease zerk in the right way. Yeah, there's be plenty of room to get the grease zerk in there. And then this would be, yeah, okay. So this needs to go towards the flange. Basically, both of them need to go towards the flange. Okay, we need to clean this up. Okay, so we need to get this guy, this. We need to take the body. Hang on, I'll finish my thought here in a second, guys. We're going to be putting Bigfoot grease in here. In fact, when this is all together, we can grease it right here. We don't have to get out of the car. So imagine that. So I'm going to put that guy this way. So we'll set it down like that. We'll get our new cap. We'll get it under. And started. One of the big things you had to be careful with is not dropping a needle and then squishing it. You'll bust the cap. Really? Come on. It's the wrong size. Well, you know what that means. I'll take this whole U-joint, slap it back together, and take it to Napa and have them give me the right one. Son of a bitch. You know, I bet this is the same U-joints that my front drive shaft of my truck uses. You know, if that's the case, we'll just keep those. Okay, so I measured this bearing, U-joint, just the cross section. It's 3 1/4. And then from end of cap to end of cap, we're just past about 3 1/2-ish. Just a touch over. And 1 inch bearing cap. We got a 1 inch bearing cap on that, but our total width is 3 1/4. So this whole thing here together matches the cross section of that U-joint. So that's annoying. But I want to check this other side. I'm assuming it's the same. And it looks the same. Felt pretty good. I'm wondering if we should just heat up this rubber and burn this thing off of here so it's not, you know, potentially causing a problem. But because I don't want to be like, oh, I gotta go back and get another joint, I want to make sure these are all right. And because this one's up by the engine and transmission where there's more leaks and stuff, these things are coming out pretty good. Like, really pissing me off. So tomorrow I'll have to go to Napa, get the right part, and it's going to be an SKF, which is fine. But I really wanted to run Spicer, you know, because I was trying to be like perfect and stuff. Yeah, it worked pretty good. Oif. Yuck. I'm glad I set this up because this would have been a bitch. And this is more ergonomical anyways. So what we need to do here is hammer this back the other way. Just like that. This whole piece right here is almost $200. God, it's got a lot of weight to it. I want to know is what would happen if we took this ring off? Gain like 2 mpg. hold it in place. This one looked like it was getting kind of hot. Look at that. Slip right out. Sweet. Good. This is one reason why I make videos, is because, well, if I didn't, I'd forget things. One thing I did notice, so this yolk, it's got a hole. It goes right through there. So if you weren't careful and you got into deep water, water would get in there and fill your transmission up. Okay. That's interesting. Oh shit. I think this is why I was having a vibration. Tubes. Look at that. Wow. You know, that right there probably is causing my intermittent vibration right there. That's chunky. Those are deep grooves. Oops, we are back. So, went to AutoZone and bought the correct U-joints. I'll put these spicers back. I'm going to look up the part number on this, but I think the front driveline on my truck uses these. If it does, I'm going to keep these around. You know, I could probably even keep these with me in the truck if that were the case. So, yeah, they look like the ones that my truck uses. So this is a $51, $53, I don't know. I'll look that up, see what it fits. Okay, so what did I say on this? I'm gonna throw some gloves on. We've got two big ones here, and then these go on top. Okay. This on the side. So I had to use Duralast. Wasn't gonna wait on Napa. And these, honestly, these are gonna be fine. Look, I don't even have to put the greaser again, it's already there. So this doesn't matter where you position it. Yeah, you can put this, because that's right in the center, so you can put it wherever. Yeah, you'll still be able to get a guy in there. Well, that's good. Okay. So what we'll do is we'll start with the yoke. Get our caps off here. And I matched these up in the store with the old one. So bring your old U-joint in, if it's not obliterated. And start there. I don't care about the grease that they use in here because I'm going to push it out with my own. And try not to get dirt and grit in there. That would not be good. Make sure your ears are all clean. And then what we'll do is we'll put our body in here. It really doesn't matter. So I'm just gonna slip her right in there. I'm gonna take a cap. I'm just gonna get it kind of started. Actually, you know what I want to do is I want to get this started flush. Okay, got that like that. And now we can put this in like that. I'm just making sure we're engaged with all our guys here, so that way we're not you know, rolling over a thing here. So we'll get this side in here, and then we're going to take one of our clips, our new guys here, and we'll just get that in there, and then we'll there, fits in there just fine. I read a review where this didn't fit right or something. So anyways, get a clip in there, and then we'll hammer this back the other way. To where it's tied up against the other guy here. And I think we can go a little bit further on this one. Tap it like that. Yeah, they're fitting, look like they're fitting equally. And then we'll tap that a little bit. And then what you do is you that'll release it. See, it looks like we're sitting flush in there. It's a little firm, but it's not like locking up. There we go. Cool. So now, we've got our markings. We're gonna put it, oh, I need to clean this first. Make sure we don't have any dirt on our end there. Put our new. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this one started till it's almost all the way in, and then we'll knock the other one in. Flat. Or weight out on the rhubarb there. Need some stiffness. Good, and then you know you're safe when all you got to do is put the next cap in, spin it, hopefully nothing drops. On the really end of the desk here. I need to make some supports, and it's a little flimsy. So what I'm going to do here is put a clip in. Right now I don't have any gaps between the boots. If you had a gap in there and it wasn't wanting to go, then you have a problem. Okay, that's in there. It feels nice and smooth now. So then, this side, give her a nice little schwack there. We still haven't gotten down yet. We're pretty equal. Slightly above the recess there, and this just needs to come down a tiny bit more. I'm going to try and give her a little schwack here. There we go. Those are in all the way. It feels equal on both sides. We'll schwack that side. So now, nice. That feels amazing. Yep. They all feel really even right now. Nice and smooth. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so again with this, it doesn't matter where you put it, the grease zerk's always in a spot where it's accessible. If you get ones where it's off to the side, then you have a problem. So, what we'll do here, how do we want to do this? Tubes, how do we want to do this? Put it in like that. And I can do this. Get it tapped in first. That in flat first. Okay, so now we can go ahead with our process. Knocking that down in there, which was a little too far, but I'll knock it back the other way. Biggest thing is to make sure that they're not binding up. Through. This flattened out, so that's good now. It's a little tight, but that's what we're gonna shock it here in a second. That clicked there, no problem. Just doink. Doink. So this flange here, put in like so. Something like that. This. Make sure we don't. Okay, we're keeping our gap. So as long, or lack thereof, as long as we don't have a gap between the boots and stuff, golden. this one down. That's in. She's a little stiff. Come on. See that? And then there we go. Nice and smooth. All right. I got the grease gun fired up, or the compressor rather, and then we'll throw some Bigfoot grease in here, and we can install this in the car and go for a drive. All right, tubes. So the company recently sent us they sent us a little thing to try out for our grease gun deal. We'll see if this fits. I think it will. I did make a mistake putting these U-joints in. I didn't pay attention to where I put my grease fitting, so I have one right here and then one about 90 degrees on the other end, but that'll be fine. Close enough. Anyways, they sent us this to try out. I'll put a link in the description down below if they provide us with one for their stuff. We've been meaning to try this out, but we just haven't gotten around to doing any greasing. So it's got a little, cone on it. It seems pretty heavy duty, well made. All right, we'll use a couple stubbies here. And what size is this end going to be? Oh, 14. So I got a 14 for the big guy. And a 12 for the line here. I have had nothing but trouble with this end here. This knurling on it is just... It might as well have just not been there. I know, somebody's gonna have a fit when I see that. You just thread that in until it don't go no more. Cool. Let's try this out. It's leaking at the end of the fitting, are you kidding me? Okay, so I put this on here. So, okay. I might be low on grease too. Feels like it's doing something though. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, let me give you guys the money shot here. Okay, that's packed right full of Bigfoot grease, and then we click that and it comes right off. Nice! I like that. That worked pretty good. Oh man, butter. So let's say it's like this. It's in the car, it's gonna be mostly straight. Okay. So we go to, yeah, fits in there, no problem, locks on. I just go until I see Bigfoot grease. Okay. Now, how's our lube job feel? Oh yeah. Cool. I'm gonna go put that in the car and take her for a shake and we'll see how she does. Alright, we'll take her for a little spin around the neighborhood. Just to make sure everything feels okay before we go on the highway. I didn't really look at what kind of angle the drive shaft is at up in the transmission portion. So, I kind of had it jacked up, so I don't know what it looks like when it's normally driving. So far it feels smooth. It had this really intermittent vibration. Sometimes it'd be smooth, sometimes it wouldn't. Other times it'd be really bad. And then there's this weird thing it does where the car just kind of it does this at low speed. I don't know if it has something to do with my alternator pulsating or if it's my rear suspension bushings. But I did a little test and I'll show you what I recorded. And I was trying to see if the pinion or the whole axle, you know, shifts or rotates. And, well, you'll see it. Sometimes in the morning when it's real cold, this thing shakes really bad. And it's been doing it with, you know, no matter what wheel and tire combo you have, it does the same thing. You know, everything I'm feeling now is just tire stuff and I'm not really feeling a whole lot. I have no more money lights. I put all new ABS wires and stuff in this thing. Basically got all new suspension. Bilstein shocks are in the back now. Got them all the way around. Just love the way this thing drives now. I think my two biggest annoyances right now is the arena that's going on right now with the alternator noise, and then I have that rear end shaky shake, which this alternator is, it's a new alternator, but it's had this pulsating thing going on, and that's been like that since I put it in this car. And when I first did the sound system stuff, I really didn't have that shaky, you know, jostling, whatever you call it, you know, thing going on there. But now it's getting worse and worse, and sometimes you just barely, you know, get into the throttle and it goes into the torque converter, locks up, and once it locks up, then the whole car just starts doing that. You know, it only does it at low speed. It doesn't do it at high speed. Oh, had to turn around. No, it doesn't really wash away. I need to redo the, not redo, but I need to service the front end on this as far as greasing goes. So that fitting that we tried out, sent from that one company, worked out pretty damn good. So thank you guys for sending that. Greasing up this front end a lot easier, a little bit less messier. It didn't leak at all. Anyways, gotta go. I'm gonna go edit up this video, get it uploaded and posted to you guys. A bunch of you were interested in, you know, a U-joint video on this car, so I'm gonna post it. You know, if it only gets 500 views, then, you know, whatever. But, you know, the truck stuff I'm gonna be focusing on next year, and I would like, you know, a lot of the subscribers to watch it. You know, but if I'm only getting 500 to 700 views out of the 17,000 of you that are subscribed to this channel, there's really no point of me going through the effort of making a video. So, okay, gotta go.